What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Harden Sports, cooler than the other side of the pillow. And this is my recap of the Dolphins versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The final preseason game. This is the preseason game that I expected to see. The starters in the longest. I don't know how much work the starters are going to get in the fourth game. They might get some work in the fourth game. Some bright spots. We'll go over some of the bright spots. Jordan Phillips, the pick, and return all the way back to about the 3-yard line where he stepped out of bounds. I felt like if he wouldn't have stepped out of bounds, he would have probably scored there. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, so we're back. I just had to tweet out Facebook out this thing here. Other one was the Lawrence Timmons pick. I thought that was a really nice pick from a savvy veteran in Lawrence Timmons. Devontae Parker with an absolutely amazing play, going up over Ronald Darby, making that pick, and then going all the way down inside the 5-yard line before being tackled. Jakeem Grant made an absolutely huge play where he was popped by 2 defenders, spins out, and then he's off to the races. Jakeem Grant is one of those players, man. If he gets just a sliver of light, if he gets loose, you're not running him down. You can hang that shit pretty much up because Jakeem Grant he's got that he's got 4.3 speed, and if he gets loose, you can absolutely forget about it. On defense, Andre Branch to me just showed all kinds of motor tonight. I kept watching Andre Branch get up the field. Even when plays got away from him, he still found his way into plays. The hustle that I saw from Andre Branch tonight. And I've talked negatively about Andre Branch, not one of my favorite players, but tonight, just watching the way that he was playing out there, watching the hustle from Andre Branch was amazing. I'll get to Cutler last. All right. I know that's typically the player or the quarterback is typically the player that a lot of people will start off with because he is the guy that touches the ball more than any player on the offensive side of the ball, but I will save him for last. Let's talk about some of the negatives, man. Secondary. Byron Maxwell roasted by Torrey Smith. Jeffrey getting wide open in the middle of the field. The second team Eagle offense versus the first team Miami Dolphins defense able to go right down the field and score. The offensive line did not look didn't look great at all. Lots of pressure on Jay Cutler in the pocket during times. Now I forgot to mention this in some of the goods. Jay Ajayi finished with 9 carries, 53 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's pretty solid. His longest rush of the day was 26 yards. So I forgot to mention that in the good things. So, like I said, I will finish this video with Jay Cutler. And before I even get on Jay Cutler here, let me go back and see if, in fact, there's anybody in the chat with questions here. I haven't been looking at my chat at all. I'm sorry. Cutler looked pretty good. Maxwell looked shaky out there. Howard was out there. He didn't look good at all either. And J Train did look good. But let me get in on this Jay Cutler thing. It is very difficult to judge a quarterback in a preseason game when he only makes 8 throws in a game that doesn't matter. Very difficult. It's tough. And my problem with Jay Cutler has always been in those moments where you need to win. Those moments when the games matter and you need to win. That's my problem. And I've said that shit repeatedly. My problem is, can we win the close games? Because I feel like this season we're going to go through a lot of close games. I think the Falcon game is going to be close. I think the Patriots games are probably going to be close. Raiders game is probably going to be close. Tampa Bay game is probably going to be close. Panthers game is going to probably be close. And the team that makes the fewest mistakes in those games is going to win. One pick can be the deciding factor in all of those games. One possession. Those are the games that worry me. That's where that 25 plus turnovers and that decision making comes into play. Now tonight, what I seen from Cutler was decent. I see people saying excellent. I saw decent. I saw this man miss a wide open touchdown. When I say wide open, I mean wide open. Kenny Stills was wide open. He was wide open, and Cutler had him waiting for the ball. That's a pass you can't miss. He had Darby. I don't know if that was Darby or what. He had that cornerback by, yeah, I think it was Darby. He had him by 10 yards. You let that ball go. Receiver's wide open. The pass to Parker. The pass to Parker was a pretty good one. I like the allow your big receiver to go up and make a play on over the smaller cornerback. I'm okay with that pass. The pass to Thomas I felt was a little bit behind. The ball placement could have been a little bit better. But it wasn't horrendous. It wasn't a horrendous throw. It was slightly behind the tight end, but it was an okay throw. It wasn't a bad throw. But like I say, it was okay. I saw some pocket presence tonight. I'm cool with that. I saw him step up in the pocket. I saw that throw where he had pressure in the pocket. He steps up and throws it down at the feet of the running back instead of taking the sack. I'm good with that. It was okay. It was nothing that wowed me. I didn't go, wow, oh my God. You know what I mean? Nothing wow. But the questions, the biggest questions for this team still remain, man. They remain. I feel like the biggest questions are still on the defense, man. The biggest questions for this team are still on the freaking. This was the worst game I've seen from Godshaw, by the way. I think I said that in a tweet. This was the worst game I've seen from him. The defense literally took Kenny Stills down, bro. Kenny Stills was waiting for the football. He was wide open. He was wide open. I wish I had that replay. Kenny Stills was wide open, and Jay Cutler didn't let the ball go. Kenny Stills is waiting for that football. If Jay Cutler lets that ball go, He catches that ball, and that's a touchdown. That's 6 points on the board. That's a throw. I tell you, with the chemistry that Kenny Stills and Jay Cutler have, that's a touchdown. I guarantee you. Now, what it reminded me of was Ryan Tannehill's first year with Mike Wallace. He used to do that shit a lot. The freaking receiver would be wide open, and he'd have Mike Wallace sitting there waiting for the ball. That's the kind of throw that looked like to me. It looked like a Tannehill first year with Mike Wallace type throw. And like I had people saying like, okay, I've had people saying you're nitpicking on it. Well, when you have a quarterback throw 8 passes, your sample size is that small. That's what you're looking at. That's exactly what you're looking at. You're able to basically look at each individual throw. I saw a couple people also on Twitter talking about the productivity of Jarvis Landry in this preseason, because it certainly looks like the chemistry is definitely getting there between Jay Cutler and Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker definitely looks as if he is the target that Jay Cutler has built the most chemistry with. And from everything that I've heard from everyone, that's because Jay Cutler likes to throw the ball down the field, whereas Ryan Tannehill was king check down. See, this is why I kept telling people, especially like in the off season, I got into a lot of arguments with people saying that I had people telling me we should let Kenny Stills walk and re-sign Jarvis Landry, and I was telling them, you're completely crazy. You're out of your mind. You don't take this big play player away from a quarterback that was struggling to put the ball down the field with other players to sign a guy, to sign a short yardage receiver, which he's never had a problem building chemistry with, ever. He didn't have a problem with Best. He didn't have a problem with Hartline. And if you remember, Hartline had two back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. So he never had a problem building chemistry with those guys. Whereas with Mike Wallace, he had an issue building. And you wanted, like I'm looking at these folks like, yo, you can't be serious. He never had a problem building chemistry with Best, Hartline, or any other of those other receivers. And maybe you could say, all right, the fact of the matter is that Landry is a much better player in space than those guys are. And for that, you're absolutely 120% correct. But I'm just saying, you don't take that big play putting points on the boards away. That's all I've ever said. So, next preseason game will be the last preseason game of the year before the regular season gets ready to get started. On the 30th, please make sure that you tune in and check out Dolphin Fan Voices. We will be doing our next show on the 30th. And in that show, we will preview the Dolphins versus the Vikings. Kind of go over we may even go over some of the stuff that we saw here. Just to briefly talk about some of the things and get those guys' opinions on some of the things that we saw here. But all in all, I felt like it was kind of disappointing it was very disappointing, especially on the defensive side of the ball, to not be able to even stop the second team Eagle offense, to allow them to go right down the field. Oh, yeah, Matt Moore. Come here. Get closer to the screen. Get closer. Get closer. Come here. I haven't. This is gonna be the first time in 2017 that I've done this. But Matt Moore, get close. You garbage. God damn, you garbage. What the fuck kind of throws were that from Matt Moore? What was that? Did he even complete? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look at Matt Moore's stats. Cause I almost, and he wasn't even playing against the first team defense. Matt Moore finished the game 5 for 11, 43 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 picks. Matt Moore, you get the garbage player of this game. That was absolutely terrible. If you were even in this race to potentially make a run at this starting position, that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed up Lake Erie. It is gone. Light that bitch on, pour gasoline on it, and light it on fire. Because the starters were still out there with him. They were still out there with Matt Moore when Matt Moore took over. Still had Landry and Parker and Stills. All of those guys were still out there. He tried to throw a fade to Parker, and it was just a terrible fucking throw. And I don't know if the reason why he's having those issues is he's like, fuck it, I'm not going to start anyway, so I'm going to go out there and be the backup. And the simple fact of the matter is that Gase probably trusts him more than Fales or Darty, who Darty didn't look very well at all either. But that was terrible. I really wish there was somebody to push fucking Matt Moore, because he's looked terrible. He looked terrible tonight. Jesus, he looked terrible. And that was with starting wide receivers versus, well, I don't know. I don't even remember if it was the Eagles' backup defense. I don't know if it was the second team defense. I know the starting quarterback for the Eagles got out really early because we were smacking him. We were getting some good shots on him. So they went ahead and they sat him the fuck down. It was like, nope, not going to hurt our starting quarterback. No, we're not having it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sit our starting quarterback down because you're getting too many hits on him. So they went in and they sat him down. So I don't remember if it was actually the Eagles starting defense or the backup defense when Matt Moore was out there playing, but he looked bad. He looked atrocious. Yes, he did. Do you think Matt might feel some kind of way about the Cutler signing? I see that's the thing that I was thinking about. I don't know if he's like, man, fuck y'all. I'm here. I've been here for several years. Right? Been here backing up, playing my role, playing my position. Tannehill goes down. I'm like, dog, it's my turn. Yes, it's going to be my turn. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to step up and be that starter, right? Right? Wrong. You think so highly of me, right? That you're going to go out, get a guy who hasn't even been practicing. I'm not, listen, you go get a guy who wasn't even thinking about playing. He was retired. He was retired, man. It was supposed to be my turn. And you go out and sign a guy off the couch, dog? You think this little of me? Come on, man. It's supposed to be my turn. And that's how he's playing. He's like, man, fuck y'all. I don't care. I throw it to the other team. I throw it to the other side of the field. That performance tonight screamed, I don't want to be here. That's how it felt to me. That was just terrible. But anyway, Those are my thoughts on the on this preseason game. If this defense plays like this, we in trouble. See, this is why I don't take too much from when we play bad teams. Like last week, we played a quarterback that was trash. He was hot trash. Forget his name. The kid that came from the Patriots that's bounced around to like 3 different teams. He was hot trash. Today we played Wentz, who's a good young quarterback on the rise, and he made our first team defense look like crap. Plus, the Ravens have been, having all types of injuries. Trade Matt Moore to the Jets. Yeah, right. For a 2nd-round pick. Hey, man. The Jets are not stupid, all right? The Jets have at least a little bit of common. I don't know. Maybe you're on to something. Maybe we can trade him to the Jets. How do you feel about the O-line? I like some portions of what I saw from the O-line. Jay Ajayi did get some holes, but I did see some pressure into the face of Jay Cutler. So I would like to see a consistent lineup on the O-line instead of guys just moving. And Tunsil looked trash, man. Tunsil got exposed a little bit tonight. So, I don't know. Is he ready to be a tackle at this level? I saw him beat repeatedly out there. He did not look good tonight. No, that was another bad. Yeah, he got roasted a few times out there. So, I wonder if he's if he's going to be a better guard than he is a tackle, cuz he didn't look great tonight. And that was against that. Well, this Eagle off defensive line is pretty good, but there's some better ones out there. So I don't know. Tunsil did not look good tonight. So anyway, man, it's 10:42. I got to get up at 5:00 in the morning. I will talk to you guys next time. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @casual. @KASUWELL. Make sure you add me as a friend on my Facebook page. Yeah. I tried to stream the game tonight, and the NFL came in and say, no, sir. Nope. You will not stream my product tonight, and they fucking blocked. They took my damn stream down for copyright infringement. So I got to find a different way to do it. I still will. I don't know, man. It's just... I don't see what they get out of it. I don't see how me streaming the game and a couple hundred people watching it bothers them, but apparently it does. So, anyway, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys next time. Dolphin Fan Voices will be up on, I think I said the 28th at 7 o'clock, so make sure you tune into that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here. Peace.